going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I'm your host, as always, and we got a special guest joining us for the second time here on Pure Evil MMA. We got Charlie Hollywood Brown back here. What's going on, Charlie? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Like, before we even start anything off with the interview, I want to know, how was Christmas? How was the New Year?
New Year's is all right. I just worked. I made money instead of, going out and party like most people. But my Christmas is really good. My son got a crap load of stuff. My daughter's got a crap load of stuff. So they really enjoyed it. So I had a really good Christmas.
Was it a little difficult? Like, being a fighter, I say this on a lot of interviews, it's a selfish sport. So the holidays, I mean, you're getting ready for a fight. That's got to kind of take away a little bit from everything. Were you able to spend a good, decent amount of time? Were you able to eat some treats?
Yeah. For the most part, Thanksgiving is the only time, that's my favorite holiday. So I make sure I don't have anything scheduled, leading up to Thanksgiving. But Christmas, that's more like a thing for my kids and everything. And, I ate some turkey and stuff, started getting back in the groove of things. So, Christmas was kind of a light dinner, but it was.
So this upcoming fight, not too far out for Prime FC 12, go down on the 25th against Colin Huckbody. What do you know about your opponent?
So far, all I know is he's a tough dude. He's from Michigan. He actually fought on the LFA that I fought on when I know he's the coach that I've been working with down at Pure Vita. They've been making sure that all my training is geared towards, everything I need to do to get ready for that fight. So, it's been really good.
So, you're about 2 weeks out, not even 2 weeks, about 9 days out right now. How's the weight cutting and everything going?
Weight cut's going good. I'm like, 12, 11 pounds over. I'm going to get a good workout, good sweat today, and, going with my judo coach and some of my jiu-jitsu buddies today. We're going to get some work in and, working my groundwork and everything. So my weight cut's going pretty good. Like when I fight at 85, I don't really have to worry too much of too much weight to take off. So it's been really good. I feel good. I feel strong,
So I'm looking at your Instagram right now, and I like following some of the posts that you have. What's up with this Christmas card you got with Santa holding up the boxing gloves? Who'd you get to do this?
Wait, what was you looking at?
I'm looking at your Instagram. There's a Christmas card with Santa holding up boxing gloves. What's up with that?
That's so the gym I teach at in New London. I teach jiu-jitsu out there. The owner of that gym, his name is Trapper Danke. He likes to personalize Christmas cards every year. So this year was the first year I've gotten one from him, and he's personalized that one and everything. So he made those for a bunch of the staff and students and stuff.
That's absolutely hilarious. Another funny thing on your Instagram is your little boy with the Batman mask. Does he wear that thing everywhere or what? Like, did you give this to him? Like, or does he think he's Batman? Because I used to love, using your imagination as a kid.
He swore he was Batman. Like, he was literally walking around that day. I was like, I'm Batman. The Batman voice, the whole nine, and I'm like, dude, like, get dressed. Like, we took a shower. He took a shower with that thing on. He got dressed with that thing on and wore it all day. Like, it wasn't even on his face or something. It was so funny.
You got him jamming to music, jamming out with the thing on his face. It's absolutely hilarious. Does he try to go to school with it?
Yeah, he goes to school with it, man. Like, he's a character. Like, everyone that knows him knows that, like, he's a character, and that boy's in his own world. Like, seriously, in his own world.
I mean, this is probably a good start if he's getting interested, because a lot of fighters you hear, like even Rumble Johnson, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. Like, were you kind of similar to your son when you were a little kid? Like, and now you're kind of a real superhero in a way. Like, you actually do fight, and you're pretty close to the actual thing. So that's got to be even cooler for your son. Were you similar when you were that age?
Yeah, because my dad was he's an author, and he used to draw comic books, and like now he just writes, horror novels. But he used to draw comic books, and so like growing up, we used to, him, my dad, and my grandma, and I were really big into like the Marvel franchise. So we would sit back and watch, a bunch of the Marvel cartoons and read all the comics and all that stuff. My grandma's into that stuff too, so it was really cool going to my grandma's house because, that's what he would do.
And he's 4 years old now. It seems like he's trying to get into video games and all that kind of crazy stuff. Does he go to your gym? Does he check you out?
Yeah, like when I'm playing, he wants to play, so I'll play a game. Like right now, he's learning how to play Dead or Alive 5. So it's just a fighting game, and he plays Marvel versus Capcom as well. As he started getting, close to being 4 years old, I was, allowing him to learn how to play video games and stuff. Like, he already has his own little iPod, and, he video chats his mom and stuff all the time, and, knows how to work a phone better than, most old folks around here, so...
I mean, even for Halloween, it looks like you dressed up as Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, he wanted to be the Incredibles. So, when we actually went trick-or-treating, his mom and I took trick-or-treating. We all dressed up as the Incredibles.
That's awesome. That's so good. Do you kind of try to show him some, basic moves? Does he like, obviously if you're that age, you get dressed up, you're going to start running around the house, jumping off of things, trying to, choke slam your teddy bears and stuff like that. Is he pretty wild like that? Are you showing him a couple things?
I'm going to send you a video one day, I'm going to just capture him doing his thing when he's in his zone. He has this really big teddy bear that's probably like the size of my dog, and I have a pretty big dog, but he like runs around and he's like throwing it around the house and body slamming it, and he has this like big Spider-Man dude, and he's crazy. When I say my son's crazy, like he's freaking crazy, man.
You got to get him the WWE doll. Does he watch WWE? Is he starting to get into all that?
Yeah, we've been watching it. Like, I've been introducing him to a little bit more stuff, but I kind of got to be careful because, like, he doesn't do that stuff when he's with his mom.
Yeah.
And then when he gets in his play mode, he's a little too rough with her, and, she's like, she knows it's coming from me because we get rough at my house. We're always wrestling around and stuff, so.
Well, even like when I was a kid, my father would rent pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
I mean, being that age is pretty cool. Is it coming upon you that you're gonna have to explain to him you're a fighter and there's a difference between acting like that?
Yeah, he knows the difference. Like, I sit and talk to him all the time, like, hey, you only do this in the gym, or you only punch in the gym, or when you're with daddy, like, don't hit your mom, don't hit people at school. And he understands. Sometimes, people will piss him off, or somebody at school will piss him off, and he'll smack him. He's had a couple incidents where he, like, not broke a kid's nose, but, like, bloodied up a kid's nose, because he smacked him in the face for taking like his toys or something, so he's learning how to control himself, so to say, but he's getting the concept. But now that he's 4, I'm really excited for it, and I know he's really excited for it. He's able to sign up. I'm able to sign him up now for a youth wrestling program, so he's going to start wrestling in February. So you'll definitely see a lot of video of that posted.
I used to coach like young kids t-ball and baseball and stuff like that. It's hard to keep their attention for quite some time.
Yeah, well, for me, because I'm not coaching them in the wrestling program, like that's their problem. They said once he turns 4, he can start. So, I'm gonna just go buy him his wrestling shoes and all his gear that he needs, and I'm gonna let him go do his thing. So he's excited. Like, he knows what it is. He's like, he thinks he has to put on his gi, and I'm like, nah, dog, you don't wear a gi for wrestling.
So let's jump back into talking about your fight. You were supposed to fight Eric Lozano. What exactly happened there? How did that fall out?
I don't know, man. Like, I just went to the gym one day and was with Zach Otto and Jake Clip, and they were like, "Yo, he's out. We got Colin Huggbody. He's in if you want it." I was like, honestly, I just want to fight. I don't really care. Let's just do it. So, like, I don't know why he pulled out or anything. So, I'm pretty sure the coaches and the matchmakers know. But for me, like, I don't care. I knew at some point it was going to happen like that again, with somebody, so.
Is it frustrating as a pro dealing with stuff like that? Because it happens pretty often, amateur
it is, man. It's like, you choose this path, unless you seriously got injured or something, like, there shouldn't be no excuse why you got to pull out of the fight. Like, if you make an agreement, you sign you make the blood oath to go to battle with somebody, you know what I'm saying? You got to live up to that. So, I don't know, it is frustrating when people do that, even on, like, the real big stage, you get excited to see these fights, and all of a sudden, he's pulled out. When injuries come to play, like, that's a different thing, you can't help that, but at the same time, you still got to be careful and try to practice and train as safe as possible. Accidents happen, but, if you're not being safe,
And I'm not trying to jump too far ahead or try to undermine this fight, but how many times do you want to fight this year? Because last year you had 2 fights, and this year you're starting pretty early.
I was trying to get at least 3 in last year. I'm going to try to do the same this year. As long as I'm healthy and I'm training and getting better, I'll fight as many times as I can this year. Like, this year is going to be a very, very active year for me. March 1st, I'm leaving to go to Thailand for a few weeks with, 7 of my friends and stuff and teammates. So we're going out there to go train and do some things out there. And then when I get back, I'm pretty much probably going to be ready for another fight. So.
Now, you've been to Thailand before in the past, right?
Yeah.
So for people out there that aren't aware, I mean, a lot of fighters go out there. The way I explain it, it's like going to college in a way. You're doing another semester out at college, so you're going to learn a couple of things, bring it back home. Can you explain to people the significance of traveling to Thailand, in the combat sports scene?
It's the heart of striking, man. Like, for me, I think of it like that. Like, it's the heartland of striking, and if you don't go there at least once to learn, like, really how to use your 8 limbs, like, you're missing out. You're just missing out on a whole lot of stuff. And it's not what, like, those little dudes, they might be little, but I'm not fighting any of those cats. Like, I've seen some 4 and 5-year-olds over there, and I'm like, I'll shoot that little kid. I'm not fighting that little kid, like. They're tough down there. They're small, but they're freaking tough, man.
Yeah, I do a podcast with James McSweeney, and he actually owns a gym out there. He lives out there now. And he was saying the people out there are brutal. Like, if there's a snake wrapped up in your tire, they'll just grab it, rip it out. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. It's a whole different lifestyle out there, but, they know us Americans going to come over there and want to train and spend money, so, they try to make sure that they do the best they can to, like, give us good material, so I'm really looking forward to that trip. I got a good group of people that I'm going with, so.
Now, before we end the interview, there's 2 more questions I got. Of course, the last one being about your fight. But my next question is, I know that you love your food. When you go to Thailand, what do you eat out there now? Like, what do they have out there in Thailand to eat?
Well, everybody got chicken and rice. So, I'm going to try some stuff, some new stuff. But there's a lot of exotic foods that we would look at here that's like, no, I'm good. But but out there it's like, how we would eat a bowl of cereal. It's just regular stuff. So,
have you ever tried anything wild, crazy?
I've tried like crickets.
Ooh.
And, like things like that. But, I ain't get too crazy. I'm not trying to like come back with, some kind of thickness that ain't known to man or something. So,
yeah, honestly, they say
if all fails, I'll stick with some chicken and rice and just eat that the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. They play it safe. They say that crickets are actually pretty good protein to eat.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. I like hearing those little stories like that, like they eat brains and stuff like. Like, obviously, you only live once. You want to try it, but to get over that hurdle, especially if you're going through, like,
I ain't no brains, man. I'm cool with that.
All right, so moving forward here, what can people expect when they tune in to watch your fight? And first, before you answer that, you still have tickets available. Can people reach out to you to get tickets?
Yes, I still have tickets. You can get tickets from me. You can reach out to me on Facebook or text me for people who have my number. Facebook is Charlie Hollywood Brown, and on Instagram is Hollywood7114.
Now, what can people expect when they tune in to watch your fight or go to see you go in there?
You can expect a lot of dimensions out of me this fight, man. Like, I've been training. I feel strong. I feel fast. I feel good and refreshed. Like, I've working with the guys down at Pure Vita, like I've gained a lot of things that I've been not doing for a very long time. So there's going to be a lot of dimensions in my fight. Like, you're not just going to see me wanting to just sit and brawl with somebody. Like, I've gotten a lot smarter in my game. So it's going to be very dynamic, man. Like, I'm planning on doing my best and showing everything I got, like really showing a lot of dimensions.
Man, it's every time I watch one of your workout videos, you're always bumping some good rap music. There's one video that you recently posted, and I just played it for everybody on the video cast, of you doing like the wall run where you're kicking the wall, you're going slowly, like almost like a video game where you're walking in the wall and you're slowly going down. That looks like something that anybody can really do. It looks pretty fun too. How exactly how long do you actually train every day?
I do I have 2 sessions a day. I'm doing 2-a-days, and they usually go like an hour or 2 a day for each session. I'm doing my strength and conditioning with I call him the Madman because I'm like a mad scientist. His name is Nick. And on Saturdays, I get down to Pure Vita with Zach Otto and a few of the other guys, Jay Clip and stuff, and we get some sparring in on Saturday. That usually goes like 2 hours, 2.5 for that, because we're not just sparring, but we're doing a whole bunch of other stuff with that. So, my set, and then when I'm home here, I'm doing jiu-jitsu and judo with my team down where I live at. So it's been really good. Like, training's been good. My training, I'm doing 2-a-days. It's not too stressed, too strenuous. It's keeping my body good. I feel healthy.
And congratulations on getting your last stripe on your purple belt as well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. I want to thank you so much for joining us once again here on Pure Evil MMA. Last but not least, do you have a prediction for your fight? Do you like giving out predictions?
I don't, but I've been having visions of this fight, dude. I seriously think it's going to end in some sort of submission, preferably with the neck. But, wherever it goes, it's going to go. But out of all the scenarios I've been playing out for this fight, me in bad spots, working out of bad spots, me in good spots, I really feel like another submission is coming on. So I'm working for that.
Thank you so much. You know what we like to do at this point in the interview? I hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you have any shout-outs, sponsors, anything at all, the floor is now all yours, Charlie.
Just a shout-out to the people at the team at Pure Vita, Jake Clip, Zach Otto, my coaches, Bill Krieg, Diesel Awadala, Trapper, Brandon, down at Team Vaggie here, my jiu-jitsu team, Deanna, she's been amazing with helping me get a lot of stuff, with DMT management. Fletcher's Bar, Health Matters, Muscular Therapy, and Taper's Barbershop. They're one of my newest sponsors. They always keep me fresh, keep myself fresh. So
yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta make sure I give them a shout out. Those are my boys.
I mean, getting a nice fresh cut, there's nothing that makes you feel more positive and unstoppable than that. Thank you, Deanna, as well, for hooking me and Charlie back up again. Charlie, wish you best of skill moving forward in your next fight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You have a good one.
You
Thanks
too.
for having me back.
Of course.
All right.
There you guys go. Charlie Hollywood Brown. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA. White Knuckles to the end. We got so much more going down for you today. We got Mercy from Team Cyborg joining us for the end of the year show. For the female top picks, that is Debut Fighter of the Year. That is also Female Fighter of the Year. And who to watch out on the underground. What are my picks? What are her picks? Tune in tonight and see right here on Periscope, or subscribe down below on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, YouTube. I'm Evil Eddie. White Knuckles to the end. Behave yourselves.